Analog inputs and outputs are devices. Based on our definition, has infinite number of states. It means that it could go either 0 up to 1 or 0 to 100 or negative something to a positive something. It depends on the sensors or yung tinatawag na nating transducers. So marami tayong mga devices, field devices that are having some analog signals. Number one of which is what we call pressure transducers, flow transducers, level transducers, temperature transducers. Yun ay para sa input. Sa output naman, could be either a variable speed drives, heaters, ano, that serves as those things serves as the control, ano, for, let's say for example, sa speed ng motor, we control the speed of course. Sa heater, we control the heating element to control the temperature of a particular surrounding. Ano? So those are analog outputs. Now, to better understand an analog input and output in a PLC. So let us try to understand paano ba tumatakbo siya kay Allen Bradley. So when we are trying to wire an analog channel, there are three wires that we need to consider most of the time. Sa three wire na yan, we call this one as more on the loop powered, no, not loop powered, but self-powered transducers. Pag sinabi natin self-powered sensors or transducers, this one is being supplied by an external power supply. We are powering our sensors. Then yung signal na lang niya yung ipapasok natin sa PLC. Now, please take note that sa mga self-powered transducers natin, they are being powered by 24 volt supply. Ang signal lang niya could be either based sa ating manual, Allen Bradley, 0 to 10 volts, 0 to 5 volts, or 4 to 20 milliamperes. Then it has its certain ranges. Pag binigyan mo ng 0 volts si Allen Bradley na input, ang value niya sa loob ng PLC is 0. But if you try to give him a signal or give it a signal of 10 volts, ang input niyan is 31,207. Near to the maximum value of an integer data. Or, pwede din naman si Allen Bradley magbigay ng certain value sa output. Like, let's say like this one, 32767. So yung output mo nagbigay ng 32767, it means that it will give a signal of 10 volts doon sa yung device. Let's say for example, a variable frequency drive. Pag 32767 yung in-output niya, 10 volts. Ang ibabato ngayon ni variable frequency drive is a frequency of 60 Hz, for example. Pag zero naman yung value ni output, so it will be giving 0 volts. So ang ibibigay ni Allen Bradley sa'yo is what? Ang ibibigay ni Allen Bradley sa'yo na signal is 0 Hz sa variable frequency drive. So ganun yung style ng analog values. It's because it undergoes what we call analog to digital converter pag input, and digital to analog converter naman pag output. So ito yung mga signals na mayroon. Sa Allen Bradley nga lang natin sa Micrologix 1000 analog. So these are our signals. Now, babalik tayo sa wiring. So these are the kinds of wiring sa Allen Bradley. We have the loop powered. Pag sinabi natin loop powered, the power supply is connected to the transmitter, and the transmitter is in series with the controller. Then the controller will go back to the negative of the power supply, so it will be giving now us what we call a loop powered connection. Again, pag low-powered connection, magkakaseries sila. Pag sinabi naman natin self-powered, for a 3-wire transmitter, the transmitter is giving a power, has been given a power for the power supply. Ano? And at the same time, they have their common ground for both the controller and the transmitter. Pag sinabi natin controller, yun yung PLC. Self-power siya kasi sinusuplayan siya ng signal o sinusuplayan siya ng power directly, or the transmitter is being supplied directly to the power supply. Pero pag 3-wire transmitter nga, they have a common ground or they have their common negative. So kailangan mo siyang i-connect for yung ground mo ng power supply and yung ground mo ng controller is connected directly, or they're connected sa controller, for both the transmitter and the controller. Pag 4-wire transmitter naman, they have their own separate negatives. So the transmitter is being supplied by the power supply, then the signal for both the positive and negative of the transmitter will be sent to the PLC. So ganyan yung pag-wire natin sa analog. Sa programming, so going back, so paano natin ito ginagawa paano natin ito nilalagay sa PLC? We must know muna kung anong address ang gagamitin natin kay PLC. Anong address ang gagamitin natin kay PLC para ma-access natin yung mga devices for the analog inputs and analog outputs. Sa ating PLC, sa analog, sa Micrologix 1000 analog, meron tayong 4 na analog input at isang analog output. At ang address na nandoon sa kanya is mag-i-start sa I:0.4 sa isang device, sa isang field device. At yung susunod na device na is I:0.5, hindi //5. Pag slash kasi, pag /1, /2, it means na yun ay bit. Pag sinabi natin bit, isa siyang field device na ang binibigay lang yung signal ay 0 at saka 1. Pero pag dot ang pinag-usapan natin dito, pag dot, it comprises of 8 to 16 bits of data. Kasi nga, ang ating signal is manggagaling sa analog at i-convert natin sa digital. Kailangan yung digital values mo is magbigay ng signal. From 0 to 32767. So it means na ang isang address sa analog ng PLC is comprising of 8 to 16 bits corresponding to a certain value in an integer from 0 to 32767 or negative 32767 to positive 32767. Kaya siya nagiging 16 bits kasi meron siyang negative 32767 hanggang positive 32767. Pag 8 bits naman is from 0 to positive 32767. Kasi yun yung highest value ng integer. Pero base sa atin sa table na binigay sa atin ni Allen Bradley, yung maximum lang na kaya ng input natin is 31,207. So it depends pa rin sa manufacturer kung ano ang maximum value na kaya niyang tanggapin at yung maximum value na kaya niyang ibigay. So madali na natin itong gamitin. Madali na natin gamitin ito. Pag pinag-usapan natin is programming. So we start always sa ating PLC na ay yung paggamit natin ng analog input. So magsisimula tayo sa I:0.4. So nandito na tayo sa programming natin sa Allen Bradley Micrologix 1000.